Hey, how'd you give him that nickname, the Mexican Monster?
Underrated, but so polarizing here. And listen, I'd be afraid to fight him too. No one even has a chance against him. It appears to be, I'm here talking from facts.
Right, shaking up Lemieux. Back comes Lemieux. A right, and down goes the uppercut. Davis is hurt. Davis might be ready to go down. A right by a left hook by Benavidez. Another left hook. How is Davis standing? Oh my good.
Figure one more combination would end it. There's a right uppercut, a left hook, and now they are waving in. They throw in the towel, and this one is over.
Big trouble, big trouble. Two more left hands, that's it. Over. It's over just like that.
Benavidez with his back on the ropes. Oh my goodness, a 7-punch combination. This is Wise is trying to make a statement and finish off Rogelio Medina. Will the Medina clan wear the right flag? And now John showing up Rogelio Medina. And a body shot there as Medina, but he comes up. He always has a puncher's chance, and that is that bravado. Body shots. And now David Benavidez comes upstairs and is trying to bring it into the night of Porky Medina. What a punch!
Benavidez, I got him up these last 4 rounds.
That's it. They're going to stop the fight right now. That will do it. A very, very bad spot right over the...
David Benavidez, is he the Mexican Monster? You see there, Mike Tyson gave him that moniker, the Mexican Monster, and you heard his excuses. Does nobody want to fight him? And that was very true for a long time. Now, if you're new here, let me welcome you back real quick to the channel. Thank you for coming by. If you're new, like and subscribe. If you're a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back. Now, real quick, before we start on the video and analyzing this situation with David Benavidez, I would like to let you know that I am an artist and I have a little small merch store that I started a long time ago, and I restarted and repopulate. Some older designs are there, but this design right here is brand new. It's on the merch store. If you'd like to support the small channel like me with something, go ahead and copy some shirts there. I will actually start working on new designs going forward, so they'll be updated in it on some videos, and you'll see it. I will link it in the box below, description box below. So now back to David Benavidez. Is he the Mexican Monster? Well, he's lacked a lot of good opponents, and not because he wasn't trying to fight them. He actually was trying to fight them, but a lot of these fighters didn't want to fight him. Or he had a lot of drug issues in the beginning. When I say a lot, meaning he get busted for it and lost his title based not in the ring, just based on his substance abuse, right? So he's a multiple world champion, not based on him losing it in the ring, but basically losing it on the scale and losing it for those reasons, right? His story is interesting. He was started off as a big kid, right? And he was in there just losing weight, right, watching his older brother. And then eventually fell in love with the sport, and then he became a boxer, a fighter. And as you can see there, he has incredibly fast hands. He seems like he likes to push through a lot of his punches, right? That's how he gets the power in between. And that, when's the Medina and the Davis fight? Those fights were great. I actually want to see more of Davis, and I haven't seen him. I don't know if he has fought after that. I got to check. But the fight that he put up against David Benavidez really impressed me. He had no pop, or maybe he couldn't hurt David. Either way, he put up a hell of a performance, and so did Medina. Again, I hope I'm saying that name right in the beginning of the clip. But anyway, is he the Mexican Monster? Well, like I said, eventually when he got to fight a name, like Sweet Hands Plant, he really put it on him. I mean, it was a good fight. Caleb really tried to do what he needed to do against David Benavidez, but he was just getting busted up. He put on a hell of a performance against a Plant who does not go down easy, he's a top tier guy. And David Benavidez, while he struggled in some spots, it wasn't like he struggled extremely, right? When you get to that top echelon, it starts to get more difficult, and it proved to be the same. That was his first real test for David Benavidez, and he passed with flying colors, right? And then, Boo Boo Andre, right? So Boo Boo Andre really wasted his prime years at 160, fought nobody, didn't want wasn't trying to forge his own legacy. Eventually he got himself in a position where he couldn't fight at all anyone of any note. So when he had to go up to fight David Benavidez, people thought, well, maybe his slick style will give David Benavidez a lot of problems, since that would be the first time David would ever have fought somebody like that, even though he's coming up in weight. Well, Boo Boo earned my respect because he really tried to win that fight. He was hellacious with his combinations and punches, but it didn't seem like he had any pop in him whatsoever. And David was just like, nah, this ain't happening. And eventually just took him apart, decimated him. It was like he wasn't even in the same league. And I understand he came up, But if we were to believe that Boo Boo was at least talented enough to be maybe a contender for elite, he didn't look at that night, and he destroyed him, right? Canelo wants $200 million in order to make that fight with David Benavidez. So Canelo sees something in David Benavidez that kind of Mike Tyson sees. So he says, if I'm gonna take that fade, then I need compensation, right? He believes in his heart of hearts, whether it's because of the weight or is it because of just who David Benavidez' skill set is and has, that it's gonna be a rough night. So if he's gonna lose, he wants to be compensated big time. He doesn't want to go through another Bivol. He wants to get compensated big. So he's not gonna fight him on the cheap, and on the cheap meaning $55 million. So he doesn't want to fight him on that end. So eventually, what's left over? So now, is he the Mexican Monster? Well, so far, it seems like he is the Mexican Monster, right? So far, it looks like his moniker that Mike Tyson gave him is holding to be true. He's facing Gajvik. I think that's saying his name right, but he's coming off a loss, I believe. And he's been fighting very inconsistently. So it's a very great fight for David to test those waters. We don't expect, David to fight a, champion at light heavyweight coming up, his first fight. Just like everybody else, he has to take the same steps, right? Get acclimated to that weight, right? That camp. So in that sense, I'm not expecting him at all to, have to fight a world tier guy at 175. He should be able to walk right through God's chick, however you say his name. God, I'm sorry. He should be able to walk right through him. Let's see how he does. Let's see how he looks. If he looks kind of like ripped or he looks too soft, we'll be able to tell what it's like. If it's punch output and power suffers, we'll be able to see those things. So let me know in the comments down below. You believe he's a Mexican Monster? You believe the hype train? You think he's gonna knock out God Chick early? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'm out. And he is the Mexican Monster. I believe that, and we're gonna see it against God Chick. Peace.